Hey everyone, it's John here from Hot Take Hockey, back with another video. And today's video is going to be about Alexander Romanov and him signing his entry-level contract with the Montreal Canadiens. With Romanov, elite, two-way guy. I think he's going to bring in a lot of offense in the future, but he definitely brings that physical nature. The contract details weren't released because of the situation in the world right now. We don't know if we're going to get that 2019-2020 season restart or if it's just going to go to next season in the fall. So for Romanov, if the season comes back, he could jump right into the Canadiens lineup potentially. Canadiens fans gotta feel happy. Obviously, the GM is gonna hype him up, but you've gotta feel happy with the description of Bergevin and how excited he is about Romanov. Bergevin said, Alexander is a young, solid, and very reliable defenseman who is determined to pursue his career in the NHL. He's part of our group of young prospects, and we strongly believe he will become an important asset of our defensive squad for years to come. Romanov played for CSKA Moscow last year, so he played with men. He's already getting that experience, 7 points through 43 games, and he has already the playoff experience as well. So it's going to be an individual who's coming in as a 20-year-old and battling for a spot, whether it is this season or next season. So I came up with a depth chart on what I see if it comes back right now. Honestly, if it comes back right now. So if it comes back right now, we don't know the status of Victor Mete. He was battling an injury. I do think he would be back. But it's really interesting because we know the 9-game rule of an RFA. We really don't know the plans for, again, with Marc Bergevin and the Montreal Canadiens. But I do see them continuing with the top four. I thought the top four was doing decently well. Sherratt with Weber and Kulak with Petrie. Do I think Kulak is a top four defenseman? No. But I do think it was working in some sense. And Kulak is actually very underrated. I've always said that. And two-way guy. He can lead the play, break out, and he's strong defensively for the most part. Romanov with Cale Fleury. Okay, so I don't know if Cale Fleury would necessarily be there this season. Again, we've seen time with him already towards the start of the season and then sent back down. So, I mean, it could be a guy like Xavier Ouellet or Mete, and then Romanov maybe plays on the right side, or maybe Kulak plays on the right side and Romanov or Mete get time with Petrie. Regardless, I do think Romanov is going to get an opportunity here. So this would be a question mark of Habs defense pairing, but honestly, I think if it goes into next season, I think this is what you could see. And Mete, we've already talked about it, could get traded. I do think, and this is kind of my suggestion against a lot of Habs fans' wishes and I guess hopes, that I do think it would be smart to consider at least to trade Petrie. Man, it's a guy that's on his last year of his contract, is getting into his, he's still early 30s, but middle 30s, close to it. And the Montreal Canadiens are trying to move forward with the youth. I really think if you want to get the assets back, I've already said maybe even consider trading Tatar, but he was the best player last year, so I don't know about that. But Tatar and Petrie are in the last years of their deals. I would consider it. So this is kind of my defense pairing predictions. I don't know if it's for this year or for next, but this is what I would love to see for the Montreal Canadiens. Again, they still have that hole to fill on that left side, in my opinion, in that top four. Sherratt's been great, but having him as your best left shot defenseman and that going down to Kulak, not a great situation. But then again, you got to be excited about Romanov. I think Romanov, if not a top pairing defenseman, will be a very good top four defenseman. So if not top pairing, he's going to be in that top four going forward for the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe not as soon as next year, but I would say in the next few years, you're going to see him grow into that kind of role. That physicality, but he's so creative. I would give maybe a little bit of a comparison to a guy like Ivan Provorov with the Flyers. Not to that extent. Provorov for me is a number one, or at least a very good number two defenseman. I would say for Romanov's ceiling is maybe an average number two guy. So he could slide in on that top pair if need be, but Romanov will definitely be a top four defenseman, and I'm really excited to see what Romanov can do. So let me know what you think. I think overall for the Montreal Canadiens and Romanov, you saw it in the past when Subban jumped in with the Montreal Canadiens and into that playoff opportunity. Again, I don't think the Montreal Canadiens are going to make a late push even if the season comes back. It's possible, but very unlikely. Regardless, Romanov could get time towards the end. I mean, Quinn Hughes with the Vancouver Canucks is another example last year. There's so many examples of defensemen coming late and getting that opportunity right away. It would burn 1 year of his entry-level deal, but it gives him that development early. So it would be something for the Montreal Canadiens to consider. Again, it really depends on if the season comes back or not. Maybe for Montreal fans, and I've seen it kind of on social media, and they're one extreme to the next. One extreme is saying Romanov's going to be the stud top pairing defenseman. The other is okay, let's chill out. And then some fans are saying, I don't want any of this season to happen because they just want a fresh restart next year to make the moves in the offseason and to have a guy like Romanov get a fresh start for his first year on the entry-level deal, not to get it burned. So there's a whole bunch of moving parts here. We'll see what the terms are for Romanov's contract when everything gets resolved with the league, I do think Romanov's going to be a very good defenseman. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe if you are new for more Habs content. I'm going to be getting a new Habs jersey potentially soon, so let me know what Habs jersey, what player, and of course, yeah, subscribe, like, and comment. This is John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.